Hi, it's Chris Watkin here, and I'm with Heather Staff, the co-founder of Spectre. And today you're going to be talking to me about your new street platform. What is it all about? Talk to me.
Yeah, it's a big topic. So Street is an estate agency platform. A lot of agents would think of it as a CRM, but we've actually, we started off to build a CRM, but over the years it's evolved into what is now known as a platform. So yeah, it's quite an all-encompassing topic. What would you like?
I mean, I've been having chats with you off the record for a number of years, and this has been in the background for quite a while, hasn't it?
Yeah, a long time.
Okay.
Honestly, I think if we'd have known how long and how much, would we have set off to do it? Maybe not, but here we are. Okay,
so you call it a platform. I'm going to call it a CRM. Why does the UK estate agency need a new CRM system?
It's a great question. So I suppose a bit of background about me and Tom. So Tom's my brother, the co-founder, and our sort of family background is all estate agency. So my mum had an estate agency, my dad has and still does have an estate agency, auntie and uncle. So it's sort of in the blood. And very, very early on when we set up Spectre, which was, over 5 years ago now, we had a vision for what technology could be like in the estate agency world. And yeah, we just decided 3 years ago that we had the means and the drive and the ability to do it and create the technology that we think most agents actually do want, and they know that they want it now, but they can't have it. So yeah, it's been a long project, but we are almost there.
Okay, so why did you set it up?
Why? Okay, so slightly controversially, I think that for many, many reasons, but one of the main reasons was if you're a consumer at the moment and you're looking to instruct an agent, I think you are faced with a choice, and I say this as somebody who's just moved house myself. You're faced with a choice of choosing an agent that's got the best technology that they can offer you, or an agent with the best local expertise. And it's not often that you can have both. And I'm talking about the online agents here and the tech that they offer the consumer. It's very difficult to get that at the moment.
Well, that's booking valuations and viewings online, that's automatic setting viewings and in diaries and things like that. Most agents don't have that, do they?
No, they don't yet.
Is this where the street comes in then?
Yeah, I mean, that's just one element of a load of things that it can do. But what I would say the biggest thing is it gives the consumer or the agent's client access to information throughout the process. So yes, it can do things like online bookings, so viewings, valuations, that sort of stuff. But it gives them something. So it gives the agent the ability to offer their clients a login so that they can see what's going on. And they get the transparency about that process. They can see the viewings booked in. They can see things like feedback that the agent has sent through. They can see the sales progression side of things, so they know what to do and when and what's holding up the process. And that's what the consumer in 2020 actually wants. They just want to know what's going on, a bit of transparency in the process.
Okay. I mean, the biggest issue about estate agents swapping CRM systems is the ability of taking their old CRM data and pulling it through. Now, I've had many CRM people sit on that very sofa, give me BS that it's very easy to swap over. Well, nothing could be further from the truth. What are you doing to ensure that previous data, because data is gold, can move across to this?
A couple of things. So one, I would fully agree, it's not easy. And for a lot of agents, it's a transformation project. I think we have hit the right time, through luck more than anything, in that a lot of agents are so exasperated with the technology that they've got right now that they're ready to take on this challenge, and that's certainly what we are hearing, and they're ready for it and they want it. So there's a couple of things. One, we have invested a lot in a data science team. So we actually got the head of data from SpareRooms.com about almost 2 years ago now. And he's built out a wonderful data team in the business. They have barcoded every single property in the UK. So we have the correct format of every single address. We attach loads of data to it. And then what we've built is a system called Bridge, which will help agents get their data cleansed versus the correct format of addresses and things like that and into Street. Now, what we're doing is we're being really honest and saying, you probably don't want all of your data just dumped into a new system, because the data integrity and some of the, existing options is not exactly great. And I think a lot of agents know that. They've got duplications, they've got numbers that are wrong, they've got addresses that are wrong. We've put an enormous focus on data integrity in Street, and what you don't want to do is pollute that from day one. So yes, we've built things to help, but no, we're not going to say, oh yeah, we'll get all of your data in here and it'll be absolutely fine. And I don't think most agents would want that.
Let's be honest, there's not many CRMs. Are there easier CRMs to come across to you than others?
Yeah, I think so. I think the older the technology, the harder and more difficult it is to get that into. But we thought this would be a real sticking point, and a lot of agents have said, to be honest, I know what my data is. GDPR's helped actually, because there's not a lot you can do with very old data anyway. So a lot of people just want to almost not start again, but the other thing we will do with Street is have a section where we'll get it into Street, so it sits there and it's searchable, but we're not going to corrupt your Street database, but you're not going to lose it.
Okay, so you're going to make it easy for agents to bring across their data, potentially ring fencing it so it doesn't pollute it. You're going to allow people to book online valuations, viewings as well, going into diaries. You're also going to allow vendors to see feedback and things like that in real time, which basically is great technology. Yeah, Purple Bricks were doing it 2 years ago. What makes it so special? Or are you saying that agents haven't got it anyway, so this is just as good?
I'll challenge both of those things. Purple Bricks, in my opinion, weren't doing it and still aren't. There is what I call, how to say this politely, I was going to say a facade. I don't mean a facade. There is an element of it where, you think you're booking an evaluation and then you might get a phone call and say, oh, sorry, can we move it to this? Now, what we've done is try to build this, and I think we have succeeded based on the beta testing at the moment, where this is an intelligent booking system. We know where everybody is. We know where they are. We know the addresses of all the appointments in the diary, the roles that everybody has, and we're not just willy-nilly sticking in appointments where there's slots. That's a basic functionality that actually makes you less efficient. And
yeah, because you have to move
exactly.
Are you telling me that it knows you're at one end of the town and it takes you 30 minutes, 40 minutes to get across, so it will allow that time to do the valuation and get across, whilst there might be another valuation that's 5 minutes away and it allows just 5 minutes to travel?
Not just that. It will, in an instant, calculate where everybody is, the travel times to and from everybody's existing appointments in this new appointment, and the traffic at that time on that day. So it is intelligently pushing you towards when is the optimal time to go on that appointment and who is the optimal person to do that appointment.
And can value it, say value is only want to do 4 a day or do it towards the end of the day, can you set the diary to allow that?
You can. It's very sophisticated. And we've tested this to death, and on the whole, it is more efficient than a human being doing it. Which is, to be honest, Chris, that was over 12 months of the entire build. It's extremely complex. I think a lot of people think, why hasn't this been built before? Restaurants can do it. Why hasn't this been done in an estate agency? Well, because it's 10 times more difficult in an estate agency, because you've got movable feasts all over the place.
What's your final thing about any agents who are exacerbated by their CRM system? What would you say to them?
I would say get in contact with us and see a demo. There's so many things to Street. I've just described probably less than 1% of the functionality that we've built. We've built this from scratch, brand new technology, open APIs so it can plug into anything. And there's two major things. One, we're giving the consumer the experience that they want with their agent, and actually, frankly, the agent wants to give to their consumer. But we've also built it so that there is a ton of efficiency in the day-to-day running of being an estate agent. So there's so much in there and so much functionality that people won't have even seen or thought about. I would say have a look at it.
Thank you for your time today. I just want to stress for the record, I've not been paid to do this video. Yet Heather's here talking about other subjects, and I asked, is there anything you want me to talk about? And we said, could you talk about Street? So I said, Heather's a friend of mine, and friend to many people in the industry. So thank you for your time today.
Cheers, Chris.
In the next videos, I'd like to talk about business generation techniques with estate agents. You will give us some great tips. Why there's a lack of females in senior roles in estate agency, and prop tech fatigue. So I look forward to seeing you on those videos.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you.